I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a time like this, in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's a lot better now.
It was like a huge weight lifted.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented, as always, by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Here on our Country Financial Team of the Week, we go to Russellville, Missouri, bring in Indians head baseball coach Lucas Branson. Coach Branson, hey, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach, you guys off to a tremendous start, 15-2. You're a Class 2 District 8 member. Tell us a little bit about the season. I know everyone probably across the state's dealing with rain right now, but kind of handicap your season up to this point.
Well, we've been very fortunate to get as many games in as we have. We are playing on a very nice field, and it drains well, so we've been able to schedule games when we can, and then kind of work things in, and just playing well to this point. Kids are trying to take steps in the right direction every day.
Give the viewers a little input into your team, the makeup of your team. How many kids are out? Obviously playing 17 games at this point, you got to have a lot of arms to do that with the pitching rules.
Yeah, we've got 20 kids total in our program at the high school level, and we've got predominantly a junior and senior laden upper class varsity team, and 5 guys that we rely pretty heavily on the mound. These two that are sitting right here, Charley Miller and Jesse Daniel, both juniors for us, and they're 2 of our top 3 or 4 pitchers so far this spring. So we've been able to balance out our top 4 pitchers pretty well. They're all at a pretty even number of innings, so they do a good job competing on the mound and throwing a lot of strikes. So that helps us tremendously.
Tell us a little bit about your conference and your schedule. As you look at your schedule, you've got Lynn, you've got Eldon. I think you've got a game tonight, maybe with St. Elizabeth or Lynn 1. I don't know what the situation is there, but kind of give us an idea of the conference you play in and what your schedule's like.
So the Show Me Conference teams in Central Missouri, that the top teams are Fatima, Eugene, St. Elizabeth, Lynn's another strong program. New Bloomfield's been very strong for several years, and then South Callaway is also in there. So it's very strong, probably one of the best smaller school conferences in the state. We have a home game tonight with St. Elizabeth at our place, so that'll be a good matchup because they're another very strong program that won a state championship last year and have got a lot of players back from that team. So we're anticipating a very good game tonight. Fortunately, the weather came through yesterday, and we're in good shape to play today. So it's just going to be a challenge. We know that basically every time we step on a field, we're probably playing against somebody that's got a good, strong program, and we've got to make sure that we show up every day.
Kind of handicap your district there. I know you've got Eugene, Iberia, New Bloomfield. I think New Bloomfield's won more state titles than anyone, at any level. Kind of handicap that district.
Yeah, our district this year is us, Eugene, Iberia, Vienna, New Bloomfield, and New Haven. And we're very familiar with Eugene, obviously a program that we're pretty big rivals with. It's just down the road from us. They beat us last year in the district semifinal game, 1-0, and then made a quarterfinal run before losing to Putnam County. New Bloomfield's very well coached. Their coach used to be an assistant of mine, so we have to make sure we're ready to play against them. Iberia and Vienna both have very strong pitching staffs as well. So right now, there's in our district, there's 4 or 5 teams that just have a couple of losses going into this week. So as we get through kind of this halfway point of the season, we'll start, really focusing our attention as we move toward that district tournament.
You got 2 young men there beside you that are actually missing lunch right now. So, guys, I apologize for that. But juniors Charley Miller and Jesse Daniel, and Charlie, tell us a little bit about kind of what your roles are and responsibilities are on the team.
Well, as a junior, you're a leader and kids look up to you, especially in the younger class, and they're going to be the ones that hopefully fill that role in the future. So that's a pretty big responsibility there.
And what positions do you play?
I play third base, shortstop. I pitch. That's about it.
Tell us a little bit about just getting prepared. You've got a game today. What are you doing, to kind of get your mind to get physically and mentally prepared for the game tonight? And without letting any secrets out, are you on the mound tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing to get prepared?
Well, it's just a lot of mental preparation, like visualizing. That's a big part of it. Visualizing throwing strikes and hitting spots, and just having confidence and kind of building up to the game.
Tell us a little bit about where do you hit in the lineup, and do you get to hit when you're pitching?
Yeah, I hit every game right now. I think I'm in the 3-hole spot. Earlier this year, I was in the 2-hole spot, and we kind of reevaluated a couple games ago, and we've been hitting pretty good ever since.
Give me an idea. What are you doing to get prepared there on an at-bat by at-bat basis? Let's say you're in the hole or on deck. Well, what's going through your mind? How are you getting prepared for each at-bat?
Well, one thing we've talked about this year is 4 batters away, and that means anytime you're in the dugout, even if you're not hitting, you can still have your bat in your hands and just timing up the pitcher and thinking about your at-bat and going through situations and stuff like that.
Coming into this season, of course, you're just a junior, but coming into this season, did you look at your schedule and look forward to maybe some games? Maybe you hit well in that ballpark. Maybe you know some on the other team, or maybe it's just a rivalry game. What were some games that you were looking forward to?
Well, this one in particular, because I know a couple of the guys on St. Elizabeth, and I've played with one of them, and I'm actually playing on another kid's travel team, and I'm not sure who's pitching tonight, but I know some of them pretty well. So one's pretty anticipated. Eugene's obviously a big rival. I mean, there's just a lot of games throughout the season that are good rival games.
And do they know you're pitching? Have you told them anything? Or
Yeah, I've kind of told them I'm probably pitching, but they're not sure. Yeah.
They're expecting that.
Yeah, that's the expectation.
Tell us a little bit about defensively at short or third. Do you have a favorite position between the two?
Honestly, not really. I mean, they're pretty similar. The only difference is like slight differences like footwork and stuff like that, but I enjoy them about the same.
Very good. And does it depend on who's pitching? Is that why you kind of move around a little bit?
Yeah, it does. We have a guy that plays shortstop the most, Logan Sonoda. He's really good at short. And so when he's on the mound, I'm at shortstop. And basically any other time I've been at third base this year and filled that role. But I've stepped in at shortstop anytime he's pitched.
Again, here at the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage, visiting with Russellville Indians and head baseball coach Lucas Branson and a couple of juniors, Charlie Miller and Jesse Daniel here, and brought to you by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank, with more than 100 locations in 6 states. They care as much about your money as you do. And our shelter insurance agents, Grant Baker in Aurora and Sean Holman in Lockwood. Charlie, do you have any goals coming into this season, personal or team goals?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of team goals. Obviously our goal is to always win the last game of the season, and that would mean that we win the state championship. So that's really the big team goal.
Oh, very good. And Charlie, hey, thanks so much for your time today, and I apologize for you missing your lunch. I got a pile of ribs sitting here in front of me, so I'm not even going to show you that. But Jesse Daniel also alongside. Jesse, tell us a little bit about what position you play and what your roles are.
Well, I usually play third when Charlie's pitching, or I really just play anywhere. Whoever's pitching, I play their position.
Do you have a favorite position?
Not really. I just play wherever.
What do you do to kind of get prepared mentally and physically before a game, let's say that you're going to pitch?
I mentally prepare by throwing strikes and hitting my spots, and just warming up correctly and making sure I'm ready.
The pitch count, and has kind of come in here in the last Coach, 3 or 4 years where you've
Yeah,
got
since 2019.
yeah, and you look at that, and is that and you guys right now, I mean, being juniors, it was there when you guys were freshmen. So have you gotten used to that, and does that change your mindset a little bit? Maybe you concentrate more on getting that first pitch strike in there to kind of cut down on your pitch count.
Yeah, I think so. Because it would help because if you pitch 60 pitches, that's 2-3 games.
2 days
So
rest.
you'll be able to pitch the next game, or if you go the max 105 pitches, you won't be able to pitch for
4 days.
4 days.
Now, offensively, tell us a little bit about how you get prepared on an at-bat by at-bat basis.
I time up the pitcher in the dugout, the four batter away mentality, and I just time them up and see what I can do.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you being part of the show as well, and congratulations on being part of our country financial team of the week. And back to Coach Branson just for a little bit. As you're heading here, you're kind of 4 weeks maybe left in the season before you start heading into districts. Are you guys relatively healthy right now?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate going into the year. We had everybody in a pretty good spot, both from arm strength and overall body strength, and that's just contributes to what Coach Tim Rulo in our football program, what he does in body conditioning classes to make sure all of our athletes are ready. And we've been fortunate, even though we've played 17 games at this point, that we've stayed injury free and kept everybody in a pretty good spot. And I feel like we jammed a lot of games in the first couple weeks and tried to schedule some stuff when we kind of anticipated the weather being in our favor. And now that we're kind of at that halfway point or a little bit past it, our schedule kind of lightens up a little bit to where we're not playing 4, 5, 6 games in a week. So it gives our pitchers a little bit of chance to recover a little bit longer. So I feel like we're in a really good spot.
Again, visiting with Russellville Indians head baseball coach Lucas Branson here on our Country Financial Team of the Week, brought to you by Labor's Local 663. Reminds us, hey, drive careful in work zones. Everybody wants to go home safe. And the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. And Coach Branson, just a little bit about your background. How long have you been at Russellville? Where did you go to high school, college, and how'd you arrive there?
So I've been head baseball coach here at Russellville since 2010. Before that, I coached at Lynn, which is actually where I graduated from. Went to college at what was then SMS, now Missouri State, and finished getting my degree at Lincoln here in Jeff City. So been very fortunate to be in a couple small schools, which is, growing up in a small community, you get to know everybody and walk through the hallways in the building and know everybody's name. So very comfortable here, and obviously we've had very good baseball program for several years. And that's contributed to having great players and great parent support, and it's just a great place to be.
You bet. Well, gentlemen, again, congratulations on being named the Country Financial Team of the Week. And gentlemen, I really appreciate you being part of the show today. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bet you're watching the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com. You think I'd said that enough? I'd get that right. But where everyone has a home field advantage, and brought to you by Labor's Local 663, Great Southern Bank, Central Bank of the Ozarks, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Country Financial, and Doak Propane. For all your propane needs, see the folks at Doak. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.